What do you do when God feels quiet, the plan feels broken, and the vision feels blurry? What do you do? Well, you keep walking. That's where faith becomes real. Let's talk about it right after this.
Educate, empower, enable, impact. Thank you for tuning in to That Will Never Work, an award-winning podcast where we share inspiring information and personal experiences related to business and the entrepreneurial journey from those who are leaders in their respective field. Now, here's your host, author and business coach, Maurice.
I thank you for tuning in today. So, here's something that I've had to learn over the years. And I'm saying this because there have been times where I was a little frustrated. I thought I was left out on the island. I didn't believe in my own skills. I didn't believe in my talent. Everyone else seemed like they had left me behind. I don't understand, or I couldn't understand what the real deal was. And so now all of a sudden, I am pushing, because nothing felt like it was happening. So I feel like I need to push. And I did not believe that things were going to happen unless I pushed very hard. And then I had to fall back for a moment and understand that if I really had a belief in a higher being and a higher calling, and this was my purpose, that the things were going to come to fruition no matter what I had created or done. And then also understanding that I did not always have to have the outcome laid all the way out before me. See, one of the things that I had to learn was that believing and acting accordingly to the plan of my life, I had to be okay that the perceived outcome was going to be uncertain, because I thought at one time that it was the destination. I thought that the end point was it. I believe that once I got there, there was nothing else. And a lot of times I was missing the part in between of where I started and where I wanted to end. And even during that process, because I felt like I never was going to get to that destination or the end or the goal or whatever it is, and because it felt like it was taking so long or whatever it is, I was actually losing faith in that process. And so I didn't understand that faith involves a commitment that goes beyond what could be seen or that could be proven every single time with direct result or evidence or whatever it might be, something that could be tangible. So having faith in that process is what I was missing. And understanding that no matter what path I would go on, it would still get me to what I perceive was the goal or the destination. But what I realized is that the perceived goal or destination was still just a pit stop to what the final destination is or goal is. But here's the reality. I don't even know what that one is yet either. Maurice, what in the world are you talking about? Like, where are you coming from? Let's be honest. My goal for podcasting, and because you're listening to this, I'm going to use this as the example. My goal for podcasting was just to start something because it was an extension of something that I was already doing. And so I realized that, okay, let's go into podcasting and we'll go from there. And that's when I started the Neighbors podcast. That was the very first podcast that I created. But then I realized that what was needed, in addition to what was needed from the Neighbors podcast, the No Fruit podcast provided my wife and I an outlet and for us to talk to other individuals who are married, who are believers, who are now trying to get to another place in their lives. Oh, wow. You know what, Maurice? Now let's figure out what else has been stopping you or hindering you from you getting to the next level. So That Will Never Work podcast came about because I kept hearing that from close friends and family members that things were not going to happen. So this podcast started because of that. And then it started because of the No Fruit podcast. Hey, it's a continuation. The Neighbors podcast, hey, it's a continuation of that as well. And so because now that, and I had been doing consulting for over 12 years. Well, at that time, it was just 6 years. What is the next level? What are the next expectations from not just myself, but those individuals that I serve? I had to remember and go back to, I am a servant. Yes, I am in leadership. Yes, people listen to me, but I also serve them. And so I just want you to understand that I had to have faith. I had to believe and trust that this was going to make a difference in other people's lives, regardless of what it seemed to be for those individuals who are getting to 10,000 downloads a month or whatever it is. Those of you that are committed to listening to this are the ones that need to hear what's going on. If you share this, fine. If you promote this, fine. Like, I appreciate that. But we have to look at it from this perspective of whether you are working your 9 to 5 or you're in your entrepreneurial journey, that you have to have faith that all these things, regardless of what you thought the outcome is going to be, that the outcome is going to be ultimately uncertain, and that you need to trust in the plan that has been set before you. Whether it is by yourself, whether it is by a manager, whether it really is by your higher being and or calling, your purpose. Understand that it's still going to come out in your favor. So as you take a step back and learn and understand that we don't need you to quit in the middle of you starting to receive what your true blessings are going to be, or what blessings you're going to receive and or give. Let's not stop. Let's not pull back. There's a lot of things going on right now that can throw you off, that can make you a little questionable of what's going on in this life. But I need you to understand that you need to have faith as you're moving forward. Because you might have been laid off. You might have been retired. You might have been let go. You might have been put into a new position. You found a new job, and maybe you're not getting the bonuses and everything else that you might not have been getting in the past. Or, you know what, these clients are leaving because my services are way too expensive. Or, you know, these vendors, these apps are costing way too much and it's not sustainable. Whatever the situation might be, I need you to have faith that it's still going to work out. Let's not lose that in this place or space in time. I commend each and every one of you for persevering. I commend each and every one of you for being patient. And I commend each and every one of you for providing me with support throughout this whole process. I appreciate each and every one of you. And remember to tag someone who's walking through their waiting season and remind them that faith still works. And have them listen to this episode just in case they don't remember. I thank you very much for listening today.
Thanks for listening. Follow Maurice Chisholm on social media to stay connected and check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, that will never work. Or will it?